I know one of the things that you're really good at is you're good at the follow-up with customers and hostesses in particular, right?
That's right.
Tell us what you do a little bit to follow up.
Yeah, so one thing is consistency for me is huge across the board, and there's no need to reinvent the wheel, and so I actually just use binders. And if I have an order, I go in and check about 2 weeks later.
Okay.
I do text because I find that that's what women are responding to, and I just shoot them a text. I thank them for coming to the party or for ordering, make sure that they like their product, and then I get a response back first before I lead into a few other things that I have to offer. So I think it just builds a relationship to let them know that I want to make sure that their product is good, because I've had a few where maybe it wasn't 100% and they were scared to like say something to the hostess, and I took care of it for them.
Right.
And so I just want to make sure that everybody's pleased, and then they know that they can come back to me. So it's just, I just keep that 2-week follow-up system and just reach out to them via text.
So tell us what you do for your new consultants.
So for my new consultants, I make sure, because it's just a relationship-driven business, whether it's a hostess, a customer, or a new friend to our team. I want them to feel like they're a part of just a great sisterhood. And so I make sure to give them a welcome call, let them know I'm so excited. Let's chat for a few minutes. And then after that, I ask them, you know, what do you want out of this? And I generally reach out every 2 weeks, but if you need me before then, this is where you can find me. And I tell them, you know, we're gonna utilize our team Facebook page. You'll get some emails. But I just want them to know that I'm there as their friend, right?
So good.
And just, you know, just to have a fun time. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what this is all about. It's just
Yeah.
having fun.
And then do you kind of talk to them about their why or what goals they have?
I do. So
Okay.
in that initial, you know, what do you want out of it? I let them chat with me for a little bit. I ask them what they're passionate about. So
Okay.
your family, you know, what are some bucket list things that you'd like to do? And that's where I plant the wishes.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
that's a perfect time to tie the wishes in, and that, hey, you can get a paycheck, but why not utilize this wishes program to do those bucket list things that you want to
Love
do?
it.
And then I even have like a little follow-up system with them, letting them know how close they are, and even reaching out to their sponsor and letting them know how close they are
Yeah, for
to be a
sure.
part of it.
Great.
So yeah, it's just, for me, it's systems and it's consistency, and it's not about chasing what everybody else is doing. Find what works for you and stick to it.
Yeah.
Even if it's old-fashioned on paper.
All right, that works.
Binders are okay.
Yes.
So we know you're good at building relationships beforehand, but you've had relationships continue after some people were hostesses, right? Even
Yes.
some of them have become consultants. I know some have become friends to you. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. And one of the things that 31 has given me is the ability to continue that throughout, whether it's checking up with them a month later and make sure they're enjoying their products, or
Yeah.
I become friends with them on Facebook so I can kind of keep up with them and see how everyone's doing. And that just kind of builds on the next step of the conversation, which they see me now because I'm friends with them on Facebook or just in life in general, and they see how much I enjoy what I do. And they start asking questions, and I kind of start asking those questions too, you know. And why don't you just jump in, give it a
Yeah.
try, and do what I do? So it has led to amazing friendships, and 2 of my closest friends are now directors under me. So,
Amazing.
you know, it just kind of builds.
So I love great brands that know my name and that follow up with me after I've bought a product and say, how's it going? What can I do for you? And I think you really think it's important to keep up with those guests and follow up with guests after the party, right?
Well, when you follow up, a lot of the times what I do, well, most of the time, if I miss it, I usually do. Every thank you, I write thank you cards,
Okay.
and I actually put them in the mail. And then after that, I follow up with them after that, making sure that they got my little, because sometimes I'll put a little bit of a surprise in there for them.
Okay.
And send it off to them just to say thank you, because it is important to have those relationships with people.
So Danielle, follow up with hostesses, customers, all of that's really, really important. Tell us what you do to follow up with people.
Okay, so I live in a small community in Cape Breton, rural Cape Breton. So people don't really get their stuff shipped to their house. They get it. I get it all shipped to me. So it's a great way to be able to hand over all the things to them and touch base with them, and it gives me a chance to put a catalog in everybody's bag and little stuff about booking parties. And
Perfect.
I love that you're doing what's right in your community, because I know like somebody that lives in New York City, they
Yeah.
would be overwhelmed maybe with the idea of, oh, I've got to connect with all
Connect,
these people again.
yes.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
But in your community, that works for you, and it's obviously working for your business because you showed up
yeah,
here.
it works. Yeah.
planting that next conversation, which is so important
Yes.
in growing your business,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.